Hey, Cousin Eddie. Since you can't seem to have a conversation with me, I'm hoping this makes it to you so I can try to have, I guess, a final conversation with you. Um, we used to be close once when I used to feel that I could talk to you about pretty much anything. And until I moved here, 6 years ago, and I realized at that point that I couldn't have a conversation with you because you were just yelling. And then that progressed to just a point of screaming. And of course, you haven't really talked to me in 3 years? No, though I have no idea why. Um, I don't understand. I mean, I get that you and Marcia and Leslie have that kind of dynamic. You shit on each other and then, I don't know, either ignore it. I don't think you ever address any of your issues, at least not that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean anything. But the one thing that I can't just let linger is my feelings and the fact that you and Leslie and Marcia have pretty much all shit on me since I got here. Good for you. Appreciate it. So I just have a couple questions because, after paying Leslie's bills for 4 years and hers for a couple years, and of course mine, because I've always paid my bills. I've always had a job. I've always taken care of my shit. Like I did Leslie's, like I have hers. But of course, for whatever reason, the $18,000 that it cost me to cover Leslie's expenses isn't real money, but apparently, she can promise to repay me for the settlement I help her get, and then totally ignored that, and that's cool. But I tried to come and talk to you about that one day. I think that was the day you threw me out of your house because I had no idea what to do about that. But I don't know why, because I have kind of a similar issue with you. Your nose was out of joint because you seem to think I owe you $100, but what I don't understand, and you made this big old episode out of bringing something that was wrapped in white. I don't know what it was. Never saw it. Couldn't tell you it's money. You said it's money, but whatever. Kind of like dangling it, like, food in front of a starving person. Way to go. So I just want to know. Let's see. Edna died when I was 15. I didn't know anything about the inheritance until really kind of, I guess, recently. I still don't know. Well, I think you said it was 30. I don't know because the executor of the estate hasn't relinquished it. Have you? And I'm just curious, how come I had to live through her, and then for some fucked up reason I had to live through all of this shit, and now what am I waiting for? I have to wait for you to die even though you haven't talked to me in fucking years? I mean, aren't you technically, for all intents and purposes, dead to me, or I'm dead to you? But I do have a question, because if it were someone you loved, like Paul, if Paul were still alive, would you play this fucking game with him? Or would you realize that time is precious? And, wasting it like you and Leslie have is frustrating. Because you are the only family I have. And at this point, Marcia has told me that our relationship is over. You know what? There is nobody here that cares about me, so I'm not staying. But I would like to be able to actually leave and actually have maybe a place or a small stash of cash that I could buy a place when I get to wherever the fuck it is I'm going. And I won't bother any of you ever again as long as I live. I promise. I trusted all of you, and I don't know why, because if anything, I know none of you are trustworthy, and I can't have you all pouncing all over my feelings. You guys coming over to my house, coming in, pretending like I don't fucking exist, like that's not terribly rude and disrespectful. Never mind mentally fucking fucked up. So thanks for that. Appreciate it. So, you said it was all about the money, and I said it wasn't, and it wasn't. But now it is, because I'd really like to move on with my life and find a group of people that do care about me and won't cost them time and money to have a conversation and to call up and say, hey, I love you, I care, when you're fucking mile away. You can talk to Mother, but you can't talk to me. You weren't even talking to Leslie. And all of a sudden you guys move. You know, you can work everything out with everybody else but me. Weirdest thing is, you know, I repaid you for my car breaking down, everything. And you owe me $30,000, but you're all hung up about $100? You know, Leslie blew her fucking engine because she didn't put oil in her fucking van. You were totally okay with covering that. Is that why? I don't know. I just, please pay me so I can fucking leave, please. I would so appreciate it. Thanks.